Hello and welcome! Today, we're introducing the Guru app, the ultimate study companion for secondary school students preparing for their exams. The Guru app breaks down challenging subjects into manageable topics and provides practice questions tailored to help you improve step by step. With our unique reward system, learning feels like a fun game, where every correct answer earns you points to keep you motivated, whether you're struggling with maths or aiming to excel in science, accounting, or arts. Guru supports your learning journey anytime and anywhere on your phone. Join thousands of students who have boosted their confidence and exam performance. Download Guru app today and turn studying into an enjoyable experience.
Welcome to this explainer. If you're a high school student gearing up for some of the biggest hurdles of your academic career, I'm talking about those massive exams like WAEC, NECO, or JAMB, well, you are exactly in the right place. Today, we're going to completely transform your study habits. We're diving into the Guru Guide to Science-Backed Study Success, and we'll break down exactly how you can literally train your brain to conquer these exams. Let's get right into it.
So be honest with me for a second. Have you ever spent hours upon hours buried in your textbooks, reading page after page, only to wake up the next day feeling like your brain is just completely blank? It is incredibly frustrating, right? You're suffering from what scientists call the illusion of competence. You see the words, they look super familiar, so you think, okay, I know this material. But then the test sits in front of you and nothing. The knowledge just isn't there. Trust me, you are definitely not alone in this.
Part 1. The Passive Study Trap.
You know, the biggest lie we tell ourselves is that studying just means reading for a longer time. But the absolute highest performing students, they avoid these passive traps like endless rereading, painting their textbooks with highlighters, or just copying notes over and over. Those methods feel really productive, but they yield basically zero results. Honestly, it's like going to the gym just to watch someone else lift weights. Sure, you're there, but you're not actually building any muscle. Instead, we need active strategies like testing yourself and reviewing over time. This is when you actually pick up the heavy weights and do the reps yourself.
Part 2. Building your brain muscle.
Just like any muscle in your body, your brain doesn't grow when it's comfortable. It needs resistance. It needs a heavy workout. And you apply that productive tension through something called active recall, which basically means testing yourself without looking at your notes. Every single time you force your brain to reach into the dark and pull out a fact, a formula, or a concept, you are actively flexing that memory muscle, and the more you use it, the stronger it becomes.
Let's actually walk through these active recall reps just like you're repping out sets at the gym. Step 1, study the topic. Step 2, and yeah, this is the hardest part, close the book. Step 3, test your memory. Ask yourself, what can I actually remember? Can I explain this in my own words? Could I answer a likely JAMB question right now? Write it down, say it out loud to an empty room, or even teach it to a friend. Finally, step 4, open the book back up, check your accuracy, and review. Boom, that is one complete rep for your brain.
Part 3. The Space Training Schedule.
Now, if you want a schedule that actually works, you have got to abandon the all-night cramp session. Trying to do a whole year's worth of mental workouts the night before might help you pass a quick morning pop quiz, but it leads to incredibly fast forgetting. The real cure for cramming is spaced repetition. Here's how it works. You study a new concept today. Then, instead of ignoring it for a month, you review it tomorrow. Let your brain rest, and then review it again in 3 days. Then stretch that out to 1 week. This specific pattern is literally the secret code to moving information out of your short-term memory and locking it permanently into your long-term memory for massive exams like WAEC.
Part 4. Connecting the concepts.
Okay, so now we've got our reps and our schedule, but to really help your brain learn, you need some advanced techniques like interleaving, which is basically cognitive cross-training. The old way, known as block studying, means doing something like 4 straight hours of mathematics. It feels pretty easy in the moment, but you actually retain way less. Interleaving, on the other hand, means mixing it up. Do 1 hour of math, followed by 1 hour of biology, and then 1 hour of chemistry. Switching topics like this is going to feel harder. It's a much tougher workout, but that specific challenge drastically improves your overall problem-solving skills and your deep understanding of the subjects.
Another fantastic way to connect concepts is through elaboration. You see, way too many students just try to memorize cold facts. Don't do that. Instead, try putting your central topic right in the middle of a mind map and start asking why. Why does this formula work? How does this process happen? What makes this concept so important? Because the deeper you understand the why and the how, the easier it naturally becomes to remember the what. You're essentially building this massive web of connections in your brain, which makes the information almost impossible to lose.
And this builds perfectly into our next strategy, which is dual coding. Guys, your brain absolutely loves images. When you combine visual aids like diagrams, charts, mind maps, and flashcards with your standard text, you unlock the ultimate brain hack. Think about it. Merely reading paragraphs about photosynthesis is nowhere near as effective as actually drawing that biological process out on a page. Seeing plus reading equals a massively better understanding. Part 5. Rest, recover, and repeat.
Now, in sports, an athlete's muscles don't actually grow while they're lifting the weights. They grow when they rest. Well, your brain works the exact same way, making sleep your absolute ultimate recovery period. Look, pulling an all-nighter right before your JAMB exam might sound heroic, like you're some dedicated warrior of academics. But science actually shows it's self-sabotage. When you sleep, your brain is super busy organizing, cataloging, and storing everything you studied that day. Sleep is that required rest period where the brain muscle actually repairs and grows. So yes, study hard, but you must rest smart too.
So the crucial point here is this simple yet incredibly powerful athletic training formula for academic success. Read, recall, review, repeat. You study the topic, you close the book and test yourself. You use spaced repetition to review it later, and you practice it again, mixing your subjects as you go. That is exactly how you guarantee comprehension, remember things for much longer, and truly succeed academically.
You now have the science-backed playbook to absolutely dominate your exams. Just look at the methods we've covered today. Active recall, spaced repetition, interleaving, elaboration, dual coding, and of course, prioritizing sleep. Now, don't try to change everything all at once. Instead, I have a challenge for you. Pick just one of these active methods for your very next study session. Try it out. I promise you, you're going to notice a massive difference in how much you actually remember tomorrow. And hey, to take your training to the absolute next level, head over to the Google Play Store right now and search for Guru, Earn While You Learn. This app is basically your ultimate training tracker. You can use it to practice actual exam questions, implement your active recall, track your progress, and amazingly, you even earn rewards while you learn. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. You've got the tools and you know the science, so are you going to keep pretending to study or are you finally going to start training your brain?